I get to take off my mask for this little bit here. Hey, everybody. I want to welcome you all to the Ripton Community Coffee House. I see we've got some long-standing patrons here and also a bunch of new people. It's great to have new people showing up. It's going to be a great concert for you to witness here. We do this every month. Of course, we haven't for the last few, but just because of circumstances beyond our control. But we're going to be right here at Burnham Hall for the next few months through the end of our season, which ends after the June Coffee House. And then we take July and August off, and then we're going to start again in September somewhere. We guarantee somewhere we'll be. So we're not sure whether we're going to be here or whether we're going to be back at our old home at the Ripton Community House, which is a place we dearly love, and for me, a much shorter commute. But for Mark and Beth, who, Mark on the sound and Beth, who does a lot of the programming stuff, they're just up the road. So they we're going to have to duke it out during the summer, I think. Anyway, a few different announcements here. First, I want to let you know that next month we've got Sarah King, who's going to be here with a band. Sarah King was the 2021 New England Artists Songwriter of the Year, so she's got some credentials there behind her, and she is a wonderful performer. I recommend you come on down again. And during the show, we will be passing around some clipboards. We use these to get you on our mailing list. We do not sell our mailing list in any way. We do not, have little side things on, I don't sell cosmetics that you'll be getting emails from me for or anything along those lines. But if you don't want to sign up for the, email list, if you have a reason not to do that, maybe you don't have email, that's a possibility still in this day and age. But we do use those little sign-ups in the clipboard so that we can give away CDs at the end of the break. So if you do want to be in there for the CDs, just put your name down, but don't put an email address. The other things to let you know is that we do take an intermission here. So we're going to have, during the break, refreshments are for sale downstairs. They're by donation only. So if you have a brownie and you think, wow, this is a $20 brownie, really, that's perfectly fine. It's all up to you, of course. Let me see what else I should be remembering to do. When you're upstairs, please remain masked. And when you're downstairs, please remain masked while you're not eating or drinking. Especially unless you really want to filter your coffee or something, But other than that, please remain masked. And so I want to tell you that for many years, I've been listening to these next two performers, not so much together. I did hear them play together in Bristol, not that, boy, COVID time has really put things off. It seems like it was only yesterday, but I think it must have been 3 years ago. 2 years ago, okay. Excellent. Yeah, so I heard them in Bristol 2 years ago and playing together, but they also play in different forms with, not together as this duo, but they are both amazing musicians, and really you will be happy to have been here. So, Yann Falquet and I can't believe and Keith Murphy. Yann Falquet and Keith Murphy. Hands together, please.
Embarquez, belle, embarquez dans mon joli navire. Belle, embarquez dans mon joli navire du long de la mer. De la jolie mer, du long de la mer jolie. Mais quand la belle fut embarquée, elle se mit à t'en rire. Mais qu'avez-vous, charmante belle, qu'avez-vous à t'en rire du long de la mer? De la jolie mer, du long de la mer jolie. Si tu savais de qui je suis la fille, je suis la fille du quêteux, le plus pauvre de la ville, du long de la mer, de la jolie mer, du long de la mer jolie. Belle débarquée de mon joli navire. Belle débarquée de mon joli navire du long de la mer. De la jolie mer, du long de la mer jolie. Thank you so much. Such a pleasure to be here. How are you tonight? Excellent. We are fantastic. It's true. It's almost 2 years to the date that we were playing next door, and it's good to be back. I'm playing with my good friend Keith. We'll play some song in French, some in English. We'll play some tune. We'll pick all the instruments. If you behave, maybe we won't even play the accordion, but. We'll see. It's there as a looming menace.
Disciplinary measures.
Exactly. We started with a tune from Quebec. I am from Quebec. Keith is originally from Newfoundland. We both now live in the Brattleboro area. So the first song from Quebec, very quickly, it's the young lady walks by the river and she sees this boy in his boat and he says, "Come on my boat, come on my boat." She says, "Okay." She goes on the boat and then she starts to laugh because he's a little upset. "Why do you laugh?" Because I'm the daughter of the poorest man in town. You just picked up the poorest daughter in town. And he's, "Get off my boat, get off my boat." And she gets off the boat, okay. And she starts to laugh again. And He says, "Why now? Why do you laugh?" He's very annoyed. And she said, I was the daughter of the richest man, but I fooled you. That's the song. So there you go. What do you have for us now, Keith?
So I'm going to do a song about a guy on a boat. He invites the woman on, and she starts to cry. And we like to do these two songs because, you know, a woman laughing on a boat, a woman crying on a boat. We just want to give you a sense of the full range of thematic material in French-Canadian music. We're covering all of the bases now. This is called Isabeau s'y promène. Isabeau s'y promène le long de son jardin. Isabeau s'y promène le long de son jardin. Le long de son jardin sur le bord de l'île. Le long de son jardin sur le bord de l'eau, sur le bord du vaisseau. Elle fit la rencontre de 30 matelots. Elle fit la rencontre de 30 matelots. De 30 matelots sur le bord de l'île. De 30 matelots sur le bord de l'eau, sur le bord du vaisseau. Le plus jeune des 30, il se mit à chanter. Le plus jeune des 30, il se mit à chanter. Il se mit à chanter sur le bord de l'île. Il se mit à chanter sur le bord de l'eau, sur le bord du vaisseau. La chanson que tu chantes, j'aimerais la savoir. La chanson que tu chantes, j'aimerais la savoir. J'aimerais la savoir sur le bord de l'île. J'aimerais la savoir sur le bord de l'eau, sur le bord du vaisseau. Embarque dans ma barque, je te la chanterai. Embarque dans ma barque, je te la chanterai. Je te la chanterai sur le bord de l'île. Je te la chanterai sur le bord de l'eau, sur le bord du vaisseau. Quand elle fut dans la barque, elle se mit à pleurer. Quand elle fut dans la barque, elle se mit à pleurer. Elle se mit à pleurer sur le bord de l'île. Elle se mit à pleurer sur le bord de l'eau, sur le bord du vaisseau.
Thank you so much. We'll do an instrumental set, I believe.
Yep.
Yes, we are. We both played with a lot of fiddlers in our life. We're both guitar players, accompanists, and we've spent many nights playing for dances, backing up fiddlers, and
What a relief tonight is for us. Let me tell you, it's such a pleasant.
and finally we managed to. We'll see if we can do okay without fiddlers. Well, we have a couple of tunes that could be called fiddle tunes, but now they're guitar tunes for you. First one that Keith wrote.
Kind of in honor of a guitar hero, I would say of both of ours, a man who was kind of very influential in the Quebec traditional music revival in the 70s, a man named André Marchand, a great guitar player, and a man with a great sense of humor. I was working on a project at a studio that he was involved with years ago, and if any of us had to make a request of André, he would say it would be an extreme privilege to get you a new 1/4-inch cable. He sort of liked to kind of be very dramatic, and so this tune of mine was a tune in honor of André, and it's called "Extreme Privilege." And then we're going to play a tune of Yann's.
Tune I recorded a long time ago with my trio Gentil Corum, and it's called the 51, La 51, which is a bus line that somehow I thought was inspired a fiddle tune. We needed a fiddle tune at the time. There you go, La 51.
I love to think back on one of my very first trips to Quebec. I was just pretty much out of high school, and I was on an immersion program in Quebec City. It was early in the summer, and our group was kind of allowed to kind of given the night off, as it were, to kind of just sort of wander around. And one of the monitors from the group was a young woman from Quebec that I had whose company I was enjoying. And so she was taking me around old Quebec City, and we went into this bar, and there were these two guys singing and playing guitar, and they were singing all these songs that clearly everybody in the audience knew because the whole room was singing along, and it was like one of these beautiful moments, like it was such a beautiful cultural moment, and I just saw these guys, and I thought, God, I would love to be able to do that. If only I could just find another guy who was like sensitive enough and musical enough to do that kind of music with. I'd be so happy. And so I put an ad in the paper, and Jan was one of those people. Anyway, so that was our sensitive guy piece. We're gonna we'll do a song now. A classic old American. It's not actually that old. It's a composed song, but a song that has kind of had a lot of popularity and widely circulated by a man named Walt Aldrich, and it's called "Ain't No Ash Will Burn." And my wife and I recorded this song on our CD that came out a couple of years ago. The song "Ain't No Ash Will Burn." It's a sad song. It's a song announcing that. Commenting on the path of love, that if you've been in love with somebody and if it's wound down, if it's burned out, this songwriter says when that fire has burned out, then it cannot be rekindled. In the same way that when you've burned a fire down to ash, you cannot burn ash again. So I often do this song around Valentine's Day. I'm a little late this year, but. Love is a precious thing, I'm told, burns just like West Virginia coal. But when the fire dies down, it's cold, and there ain't no ash will burn. If you feel like joining in on the chorus, you're welcome. If you're here on your own as a single person, you can join in. I've seen snow that fell in May, and I have seen rain on cloudless days. Some things are always bound to change, but there ain't no ash will burn. Love is a precious thing, I'm told. Burns just like West Virginia coal. But when the fire dies down, it's cold, and there ain't no ash will You say this life is not your lot. Well, I can't be something that I'm not. Can't stoke a fire that we ain't got, and there ain't no ash will burn. Love is a precious. Love is a precious thing. I'm turned. Burns just like West Virginia coal. But when comes a time in every life when there are no more tears to cry. And you must leave something dear behind. And there ain't no ash will burn. Love is a precious. Love is a precious thing, I'm told. Burns just like West Virginia coal. But when the fire dies down, it's cold. And there ain't no ash will burn. Love is a precious thing, I'm told. Burns just like West Virginia coal. But when the fire dies down, it's cold, and there ain't no ash will burn. There is a lesson I have learned, that there ain't no ash will burn.
Montreal. Okay, great. Right. Absolutely. Yeah. We'll do one song that I found when I was researching for old songs in Quebec. I go to there's a place you can go. A little bit like in Middlebury here, there's a folk life center, I think, with archive. Yep, we love them, the archives. And there's equivalent in Quebec City, and it's fantastic to browse in old songs and find old material. So I found this song. It didn't have there's not much about it. It was just on a photocopied piece of paper. Someone had written down the lyrics, no melody to it. So I was doing a lot of travel I was moving down to the US at the time, so making a lot of driving from Montreal to Boston and back and forth. So in the car, I started to hum and sing and try to find a melody for it. And I thought, I could even put a chorus. It's not common for a Quebec song to have a chorus like a folk song, maybe, but I thought I was in American territory. I can have a folk song style Quebec song. So
It's very sensitive of you.
I'm one of the sensitivists. So here, I made a chorus. It's you can sing if you want. Autour du monde, autour du tour. La route est longue,
La route est longue,
de Montréal à Boston,
de Montréal à Boston.
That means from Montreal to Boston. And it talks about, I was inspired also by the people who 100 years before me from Quebec, there was a mass migration down to New England to work in all the factories because there was a lot of work there and not much in Quebec. And this song kind of described industrial life with these young women working in the tobacco factory and making cigarettes. I thought it's an unusual subject. So I'll sing about these women who were making a little bit of money, and they could entertain their guests, and they were very happy about that. All right. 1, 2, 3. Factories tabac, des jeunes filles en manquaient pas.
Dans les factories tabac, des jeunes filles en manquaient pas.
Elles sont fait faire des salons pour recevoir les garçons.
Autour du monde,
autour du tour, la route est longue, de Montréal à Boston. Elles sont fait faire des salons pour recevoir les garçons.
elles sont fait faire des salons pour recevoir les garçons.
Si vous voulez fumer un peu, on vous fournira le feu. Autour du monde, autour du tour, la route est longue, de Montréal à Boston. Si vous voulez fumer un peu, on vous fournira le feu.
Si vous voulez fumer un peu, on vous fournira le feu.
Si vous voulez vous marier, vous avez rien qu'à demander. Autour du monde, autour du tour, la route est longue, de Montréal à Boston. Si vous voulez vous marier, vous avez rien qu'à demander.
Si vous voulez vous marier, vous avez rien qu'à demander.
Demandez donc à maman, elle vient de business là-dedans.
Autour du monde,
autour du tour, la route est longue, de Montréal à Boston. Demandez donc à maman, elle vient de business là-dedans.
demandez donc à maman, elle vient de business là-dedans.
Elle va vous faire signer un petit contrat notarié.
Autour du monde,
Autour du tour, la route est longue, de Montréal à Boston. Elle va vous faire signer un petit contrat notarié.
elle va vous faire signer un petit contrat notarié.
La belle vous prendra par la main pour visiter son jardin.
Autour du monde,
Autour du tour, la route est longue, de Montréal à Boston. La belle vous prendra par la main pour visiter son jardin.
la belle vous prendra
Par la main pour visiter son jardin. Quand la visite sera faite, elle s'allumera une cigarette.
Autour du monde,
Autour du tour, la route est longue, de Montréal à Boston. Autour du monde, autour du tour, la route est longue, de Montréal à Boston. Merci beaucoup.
I think Yann mentioned earlier that I'm actually originally from Newfoundland, and I've been going back quite a bit in the last few years, checking in on my dear mother, who's still up there. A ways back, I found this poem in an old collection of Newfoundland poetry, and it had been written by a woman in the mid-1800s who had moved to Newfoundland with her family from Scotland. And she wrote this poem, and it was kind of this, she clearly fell in love with the place very quickly. She wrote this poem that's kind of this ode to how hardworking Newfoundlanders are, how great they are in the face of adversity and being in a very difficult place to live. And in fact, this woman, whose name was Margaret Peace, she and her family ended up not staying in Newfoundland for very long, or for too many years, and they eventually decided to try their luck in New Zealand. So they left New Zealand and they left Newfoundland and went to New Zealand. So I set this poem to music, and I recorded the song, and became the title track of my last solo CD, The Land of Fish and Seals. So just 2 years ago, kind of, early in the pandemic, I get this email from this woman saying that she is the great-great-granddaughter of that poet. And this is a young woman writing from New Zealand. And she's very excited to have found her grandmother's poetry set to music and kind of, being appreciated still. So we had a lovely little back and forth. And then a few months later, I get another email from another woman saying that she is the great-great-granddaughter of this poet, Margaret Peace, and she's just discovered my song. And well, I thought, oh, yes, okay, that's great. I mean, I've already talked to, I don't know, your sister, your cousin. Turns out this second woman and the first woman did not know each other at all. So they were two different descendants of this poet, and and they had independently, taken an interest in their, in their ancestors' poetry and tracked me down. So I immediately called the CBC because this was like a national news story, and we did in fact do a lovely little radio interview with these two women from New Zealand and myself in Newfoundland, where I was at the time. So that was great. I kid you not, I was back in Newfoundland in October. I get an email from a man saying that he is the great-great-grandson of this woman. And at this point, I just think, they must have monuments for me somewhere in New Zealand. I must have statues there somewhere. Anyway, so this is the land of fish and seals. Let's try it down here. Let sunny India her wealth proclaim, her gorgeous glowing skies, her silken stores and golden veins, and flowers of every dye. We envy not her gaudy show, where death insidious steals, for wealth's bright diamond deck our brow, in the land of fish and seal. Let Italy and France and Spain their vine-clad valleys praise. Let Greece and Rome take up the strain and sing of glorious days, of greatest men and glorious names, whose fame's loud trumpet reveals. But we boast not of our past glories in the land of fish and seal. No great immortal names are ours, whose deeds our annals trace. No sunny skies, nor golden mines, nor vines our valleys grace. But let our ice-girt isle can claim the true, the brave, the leal. For slave and tyrant we disdain in the land of fish and seals. And we boast not of our past glories, but of our living brave, who the frozen ocean fearless tread and skim the angry waves. May heaven bless their gallant arms, our country's pride and weal, who face the perils of the deep in the quest for fish and seal. May plenty cheer our hardy sons, and fortune on them smile. If milk and honey are not ours, may we have lots of oil. It'll make each face shine bright with joy, each bosom grateful feel, and bring contentment, joy, and peace in the land of fish and seals.
It'll make each face shine bright with joy, each bosom grateful feel, and bring contentment, joy, and peace in the land of fish and seal. I just want to say about a word about my good friend here, Yann Falquet. He is really an incredibly modest guy, very sensitive, very modest. He's so modest. He declined to bring CDs tonight. I said, Yann, you should bring some CDs. Oh, no, please. I, on the other hand, I make CDs, and I'm happy to sell them. And so I brought my CDs, but no, Yann.
In fact, I found a couple in the bottom of my bag. Surprise trick. So I have a couple there. Not many, so run for them.
Okay, he's not so modest after all. He's selling you CDs from the bottom of his gym bag. Okay, all right. I didn't know that. So we're going to play this last set of tunes, and then we're going to take a break. And we have a few more instruments to get through, so stick around, including
The accordion. Yes, right? Yeah.
yeah.
All right, we'll just play some accordion tunes for you. I wrote the first one, Keith wrote the second.
Yes, I'll just say the second tune is a tune that I wrote for Yann. It's called Falquet's Reel. You haven't written me a tune yet. You're probably just like waiting for a really, really good tune.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's why. Anything else people need to know for the break? Richard, Mark? They know everything? All right, here we go. One.
We're going to take a intermission now, about 20 minutes for you to go downstairs, get some great refreshments, or maybe you're going to want to write a tune right now in honor of somebody. But anyway, we'll be back in about 20 minutes for more of Yann and Keith. So see you in a little bit. And if you're watching from home, you can just go into your kitchen and make whatever. Okay, see you soon. Bonjour, bienvenue. Okay, that's all the French we're going to actually say at the moment. Though Beth's last name is Duquette, his French name. So we're going to do the quick raffle here. We're going to just randomly draw a person's name out. Oops, I'm going to take this off again so people can hear me a little bit. This one is blank. No, Mary Michaels. Is Mary Michaels here?
Okay, so
All right.
what you get salsa around the world, Putumayo, so get ready to dance.
Salsa. Okay, so the next prize we're giving away, I guess we've got some Putumayo here. Afro-Latin Party. Ooh. And this goes to Charlie Langworthy. And the final prize is Solas.
And I want to say something about this. This has our very own, and she's not ours, but Maura Smiley. She was part of Solus for a long time, and as well as Seamus Egan, one of the founders of Solus. They're locals again, or now.
They just live down the hall. They live down the road in Bristol. And this goes to Madeline Raff Lang Dalton. Excellent. Okay. All right, so we're going to have another set of amazing music. Ladies and gentlemen, Keith and Yann.
Supper is included in our engagement. We'll do this song, a version of a song kind of from Newfoundland, an old British Isles song called The Bonnie Labouring Boy. Do you need a macaroon to start, or...?
Should be done eating by the time... No. Oh, they're good. It's a $20 macaroon.
Okay, he doesn't sing till much later. It's okay. As I walked out one evening, all in the bloomin' spring, I spied a pretty fair maid who grievously did sing. Oh, cruel are my parents who did me so deny, and would not let me marry my bonny labouring boy. Oh, Johnny was my true love's name, as you can plainly see. My father, he employed him, his labouring boy to be, to harrow, reap, and sow the seeds, and plough my father's land. And thus I fell in love with him, as you may understand. I courted him for 12 long months, but little did I know that my cruel parents would prove my overthrow. They watched us close one evening, all in the shady grove, pledging our vows together in constant bands of love. My father, he stepped up to me and seized me by the hand. He swore he'd send young Johnny into some foreign land. He locked me in my bedroom, my comfort to deny, and left me there to grieve and mourn my bonny labouring boy. Well, my mother came next morning, and thus to me did say, your father has intended to appoint your wedding day.
I nobly made an answer, with him I'll ne'er comply, but single I'll remain from my bonny labouring boy. Moreover, says the young girl, your plans are all in vain. Your lords and dukes and earls, their riches I disdain. I'd rather lead a single life, my time I will employ, increasing nature's prospects from my bonny labouring boy. So fill your glasses to the brim, the toast goes merrily round. Here's a health to every labouring boy who ploughs and sows the ground. And when his work is over, to his home he'll go with joy, and happy is the girl that gets her bonny labouring boy.
All right. You deserve it. You deserve it.
It's good.
They're really good. Do you have them? Just. Distract you from. All right. We'll do a very sad song now.
Yeah, really sad.
You look like a baseball pitcher. We'll do a song from Acadia. In fact, it is really sad. And I'll just sing it because if I tell you the story, there'll be too much cognitive dissonance between this and this song. So we'll just do it. It's called Les Deux Noyés de l'Île aux Basques. Two drownings in Île aux Basques. Woo! I knew. Écoutez la chanson que je vais vous chanter. Tout le monde s'intéresse de l'entendre chanter. Elle a été composée sur la mort de deux hommes, Germain aussi Henri, tous deux voulaient l'homme. Partant de l'île aux Basques, partant bien heureusement, croyant de gagner terre sans aucun accident. Mais la mer enragée, brisant sur leur tête, a bien fallu se noyer avant de gagner cœur. On a fait la recherche, c'est pour trouver Germain. Son prêtre s'en est mêlé, car il s'en doutait bien. On a trouvé Germain noyé sur le rivage. Sa blonde s'est effondrée en voyant son visage. Fait la recherche, c'est pour trouver Henri. On a parcouru la côte jusqu'à l'heure de minuit. Ainsi sa pauvre femme se peine de voir traîner au fond celui que son cœur aime. La chanson a été faite le jour de la Toussaint. 1857, sur de pauvres défunts. Puisque Dieu a voulu, comme il veut à tout autre. Aujourd'hui c'est leur tour, demain peut-être le nôtre.
So we're going to play another instrumental set, some other tunes, which means we could both have another macaroon. We're going to play a couple of very well-known French-Canadian tunes. The first one is it's named for a dance figure. It's Chaîne des Dames,
Which translates to? Yes.
There you go.
Dedicated to Mary and Sarah, who are two great callers in the house tonight. And then we go into, La Gigue à Monsieur la Santé. You probably know a band called La Bottine Souriante. They were ambassadors of Quebec music, and they have big sound now with a brass section and it's fireworks and explosion on stage and all that. But they used to be a kind of closer to the sensitive folk approach. And one of my favorite albums ever is called Je voudrais changer de chapeau, and it has this tune on it, Jig à Monsieur de la Santé, one of my favorite all-time track of Quebec music, if you want to look it up. So good.
So it was just about 6 weeks ago that we lost a very a great musical presence in Vermont, and much further afield as well. Tony Barron passed away, and one of the great all-time singers of traditional song. And I'm sure many of you would have come across Tony's music with John Roberts, his partner for many, many years, or as part of their larger singing group, Noel Sing Me Clear, which was literally the sound of Christmas for many, many of us for decades. So it was a great loss to lose Tony. And he was my neighbor. He lived just right across the street, and I was very fortunate to get to do a bunch of singing with him over the last 10 years or so. So I'm going to do a sea shanty, one of Tony's favorite old sea shanties. And so for Tony, please jump in. So I'm getting stuck on the melody from this other song. Heave away, Johnny, heave away. Heave away, Johnny, heave away. And away, boys. I'm stuck on the melody from Bonnie Laboring Boy.
Well, you want me to get my phone with the recording I did of you at the rehearsal?
Yeah. Well, anyway, we've got lots of time. Would anyone like a macaroon? Here we are. Let's just play the recording from the rehearsal. That was I sang it really well there. Heave away, me Johnnies. This is your heave away. I've got the Jenny Walker. That's really good. And away, me bully boys. We're all bound to go. So, yeah. All right.
You good?
Phew. So in this, typical sea shanty form. Just keep that phone close by. I'll sing a line, hopefully, and then I'm going to sing da-dee-da-dum-da-dee-da-da-dee-da-da, and you sing, heave away, me Johnnies, heave away. Try it. Heave away, me Johnnies, heave away. And then I sing, da-da-da-dee-da-da-dee-da-dum-da-dee-da-da, and then you sing, and away, me bully boys, we're all bound to go. And away, me bully boys, we're all
bound to go.
As I walked out one summer's morn down by the salt house dock, heave away, me Johnnies, heave away. I met an Irish immigrant conversing with Tapscott, and away, me bully boys, we're all bound to go. Good morning, Mr. Tapscott, sir. Good morning, sir, says me. Heave away, me Johnnies, heave away. It's have you got any packet ships bound for America? And away, me bully boys, we're all bound to go. Oh yes, I've got some packet ships, I have got one or two. Heave away,
me Johnnies, heave away.
I've got the Jenny Walker and I've got the Kangaroo. And away, me bully boys, we're all bound to go. Sometimes we're bound for Newfoundland, sometimes we're bound for France. Heave away, me Johnnies, heave away. Now we're bound for Philadelphia to give the girls a dance. And away, me bully boys, we're all bound to go. The day was fine when we set sail, and night had barely come. Heave away, me Johnnies, heave away. But every emigrant never ceased to wish himself at home. And away, me bully boys, we're all bound to go. That night as we was sailing up the channel of St. James, heave away, me Johnnies, heave away. A dirty northwest wind come up and it blew us back again. And away, me bully boys, we're all bound to go. So we snugged her up and laid her to with reef main topsail set. Heave away, Johnnies, heave away. I tell you boys, it was no joke when our bunks and clothes was wet. And away, me bully boys, we're all bound to go. It cleared up fine of break of day, and we set sail once more. Heave away, me Johnnies, heave away. And every emigrant sure was glad to reach America's shore. And away, be boldly boys, we're all bound to go. Now I'm in Philadelphia and working on the canal. Heave away, heave away. To go back home in a packet ship, I swear I never shall. And away, me boldly boys, we're all bound to go. But I'll go home in a national ship that carries both steam and sail. Heave away, me Johnnies, heave away. With lashings of corned beef every day and none of your lousy meal. And away, me bully boys, we're all bound to go.
Almost as good as the guy on the phone.
Did you should have recorded that again. I might need that sometime. En filant.
All right.
All right, we'll do another French-Canadian song. This is called En filant ma quenouille. It's about a young woman who gets married off by her father, and shockingly, her father has not made a great choice for her. And father's judgment is usually infallible, but in this particular instance, it has failed. And she's realized that she's ended up with a guy who needs some straightening out, and she is on the job. She tells him he better clean up his act, because if he doesn't, she's going to be out the door. She's going to head off to the woods, and she's going to play cards and dice with her friends. So, good song, good song. Mon père aussi m'a maquillé, quel là je m'avais coulé. Un incivil il m'a donné, je me roule, quel là je m'avais coulé en filant ma quenouille. Un incivil il m'a donné, quel là je m'avais coulé. Qui n'a ni maille ni denier, je me roule. Guéron là je m'avais coulé en filant ma quenouille. Qui n'a ni maille ni denier, guéron là je m'avais coulé. Comme vieux battant de verre pommier, je me roule. Guéron là je m'avais coulé en filant ma quenouille. Comme vieux battant de verre pommier, guéron là je m'avais coulé. Avec quoi il m'a menacé, je me roule. Guéron là je m'avais coulé en filant ma quenouille. Avec quoi il m'a menacé, guéron là je m'avais coulé. Si vous me battez, je m'en irai, je me roule. Guéron là je m'en vais couler en filant ma quenouille. Si vous me battez, je m'en irai, guéron là je m'en vais jouer. Je m'en irai au bois jouer, je me roule. Guéron là je m'en vais couler en filant ma quenouille. Je m'en irai au bois jouer, guéron là je m'en vais jouer. Le jeu de cartes aussi de dés, je me roule. Guéron là je m'en vais couler en filant ma quenouille.
Thank you. And I think we're going to introduce the last instrument that has not been played so far. It's the latest acquisition of us two combined. There are a lot of instruments came in during the last 2 years. We had pandemic unemployment money. We need to spend it somewhere. So there were only 2 guitars on stage at the Bristol concert, and now there you go.
Yeah. When we started off, we only had one guitar between us.
Exactly.
We had to share the guitar back and forth. So
Anyway,
now Yann has 2 guitars. I have my mandolin and my mandola and my octave mandolin and my guitar. So I'm winning.
you win. But I have the accordion. Anyway.
Okay,
Well,
that's triple points, right?
Keith showed up with a new instrument, and I had to write a jig for it. So I think the builder or the company that makes it's called
Northfield. Yeah.
It's a nice name. This will be a couple of jigs. I wrote the first one, and then Keith followed suit with the second jig, and we call this Northfield.
Let me see. Maybe I'll play this.
These 2 guitars sound exactly the same. It's just to balance the number of instruments. Really.
1, 2.
Hey, so we're gonna wrap up. Thank you so very much for coming out. It's great. We're just kind of getting back in the swing of things, you know. We're kind of, you know, still kind of more accustomed to kind of playing in front of our laptop computers. So lovely to have a room full of people here and playing for you live, but also still happy for people who are joining us online. Thanks very much. And we want to thank, of course, everybody who makes this organization run and certainly helped get us up here. Beth and Richard and Mark, thank you all so very much. And all of the team, all the volunteers, thank you so much.
All right. See you soon, I hope, in less than 2 years. Continue supporting your local shows. We'll end with a very, very old Quebecois song that you hear, but it has inspired probably a musician here in the United States, and maybe that's where it may sound familiar to you.
It does sound familiar to me.
Yeah.
I've heard it somewhere before.
I'll see. Well, thanks so much for coming. We'll see you soon, I hope. 1, 2, 3. Accourez maintenant, l'eau commence à monter, soyez plus clairvoyants, admettez que bientôt vous serez submergés, et que si vous valez la peine d'être sauvés, il est temps maintenant d'apprendre à nager, car le monde, elle est en change. Les hommes de lettres dont la plume est d'or, ouvrez grand vos yeux car il est encore la roue de la fortune est en train de tourner et nul ne sait encore où elle va s'arrêter. Les perdants d'hier vont peut-être gagner car le monde, elle est en change. Et les mères de tous les pays, ne critiquez plus car vous n'avez pas compris. Vos enfants ne sont plus sous votre autorité. Sur vos routes anciennes, les pavés sont usés. Marchez sur les nouvelles ou bien restez cachés car le monde, il est en change. Écoutez maintenant, n'encombrez plus le hall de propos dissonants. Si vous n'avancez pas, vous serez submergé. Les lettres craquent et les murs vont tomber. C'est la grande bataille qui va se livrer, car le monde, elle est en change. Et les sorts et les dés maintenant sont jetés. Le présent bientôt sera déjà passé. Un peu plus chaque jour, l'ordre est bouleversé. Ceux qui attendent encore vont peut-être arriver. Les premiers d'aujourd'hui, demain seront derniers, car le monde, elle est en change. Car le monde, elle est en change. said more accordion, you'll get more accordion. Oh boy. Okay. All right. Thanks so much. It really means a lot to play for real people. And just finished with a waltz called La Valse du Saguenay, Waltz of the Saguenay River, and then into the American set, great Quebecois tune, and then Rille de l'Île d'Orléans.
Well, Yann Falquet and Keith Murphy have CDs available at the back of the room. Please do help yourself to some of those. I mean, you'll have to pay, of course, but, you know. Great to see you all here. We will be back right here in April 2nd with Sarah King and her band. Hope to see you then. Bonsoir, mes amis.